Hey, what's up guys? The one and only here, and I'm back with another video. And today in this video we are going to be doing a Aliens Mega Review, which means I'm going to be doing multiple reviews in one video. And to start off here, we are going to start with this here Xenomorph. Alright guys, for those of you who do not know what this figure is, this is a Aliens Colonial Marines Playarts Kai Xenomorph Lurker. Now, for those of you who do not know what Playarts Kai is, it is Playarts Kai is a series of Japanese figures produced by the company Square Enix. And for those of you who do not know what Alien Colonial Marines is, it's a video game based off the Alien franchise. And for those of you who do not know what a Xenomorph Lurker is, it's basically the alien version of that guy in Call of Duty who camps in a corner looking at his minimap waiting for someone to walk by with a shotgun. Yeah, they're pretty annoying. But they do look really cool, so let's start with the accessories of this figure. So for accessories, it comes with your standard Playarts Kai display base, which comes disassembled. Here's the base part, which, as you can see, it says Playarts Kai, and then action figures. Okay, it's got a little hole here for the whatever you call this piece to peg into. Here it's got some boring legal mumbo jumbo, and the actual bit that holds the figure up can come apart, so you can adjust like the height of it accordingly to the figure. And then on mine, at least, the piece right here that goes in there is severely loose, so I don't even use the stand. But the clamps to hold on to the figure itself, they're pretty alright, except for right here. This is a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever, it has too much friction in there. But here for adjusting the clips, the clamps, and the hinge here, this all comes disassembled. The screws and the bolts and the washers come in like a small little bag, and you put it all together using this little tool here. This all comes in like a spruce. This all comes on spruce. So, and it comes with two pairs of these clip pieces, or a clamp, these claws, whatever. These bigger ones, and then it comes with two of these smaller ones. Also, for the accessories, it comes with a small little like diorama type thing with like another dead Xenomorph. And this isn't just there for show. Also, head off of this one, and swap it out for one that the Xenomorph already has. But I'm not really sure why you would do that, given the fact that the Xenomorph is missing half of its brain now. Wouldn't it be dead? Yeah, so that's it for accessories. Oh yeah, and, the actual base part and the dead Xenomorph are two separate pieces here, which are just connected with a little bit of super glue, and so I managed to pop that off. For those of you who are wondering why I don't have this figure in the box, or why I didn't take it out of the box at the beginning of the review, is because I've had this figure for a few weeks now, and I wasn't planning to do a review on it originally, but whatever. Now this figure standing at its full height, legs straightened out completely, really awkward and everything. For those of you who don't really know too much about Play-Arts Kai, most of the time they are in like larger scales. Not exactly too keen on what scale they normally do. I think it might be 1/6. I might be wrong in that. This is the there's only 2 figures that aren't in that scale that I know of, which would be this one here and the Xenomorph Spider. So yeah, starting at full height from the ground to the top of its head or dome, it stands at about I'd say like 9 inches, slightly over, which is pretty accurate according to the list of Big Bad Toy Store. And so, for those of you who don't really know too much about figures or whatever, this is about the same scale as your ordinary NECA Xenomorph. So, fits right in without standing out too much. But this figure is much smaller than your other Play-Arts Kai figures, which stand from 10 to maybe 14 inches, varying from figure to figure and character to character. One thing that they all have in common would be the articulation and the way the system works. Now, basically, the Play-Arts Kai figures have a larger version of the Revoltech system, which use a bunch of, as you can see here in the wrist, these like these ball hinges, but these ball hinges are pretty much these ball hinges make up the majority, if not almost all, of the articulation in the figure. And so on a Revoltech, you would be able to pop and swap a bunch of pieces anywhere without having an issue. It's not really the case with Play-Arts Kai, because I did pop off this wrist on both ends one time, and the other end of it has, it's not the same as this end. Well, let's forget that thought. Let's just move on into articulation in this figure. So, with that said about the system, you can figure that the majority of the parts, it would be a double, it would be like a, what do you call it, a ball hinge. Swivel at the top of the ankle, or, yeah. No. This is the hock. Yeah. Swivel at the top of the hock and at the bottom, and a hinge. You can rotate it around and everything. So it's full of articulation. Double hinge knees. Another one of those joints here in the alright. Here's where articulation gets a little weird. So there's another one of these on either thigh. So you have a rotation here in the at the top of the thigh. Also have a hinge and a forward and back. But then at the bottom, I'm not sure if you can see in there, there is also what appears to be like a ball joint or whatever. Right about like here, right about there. And this piece right here is a floating piece, so it tends to misplace itself, and you can like see the ugly gapping in there. Oh yeah, in the packaging, the tail isn't attached to the figure. So taking that off, you can see here's another one of those joints, just much bigger. And you can see down in there that the lower part of the the lower part of the waist is attached via a ball joint. So you just got this floating piece here. Misplaced itself a lot. Got a ball joint up here in the diaphragm, or I don't know. Moving up to the shoulders, you got a slight butterfly joint here. It's not too effective, so it doesn't really affect much other than posing slightly. Then you have just like a standard ball hinge, 360, goes out about that far, in all the way to the side. And then you got another one of those joints here in the elbow. And another one at the wrist, like I showed you before. And then here in the neck, we have one of those joints at the base of the neck, but the way the Xenomorph is designed, it really acts mostly like a hinge. So you can hinge it back about that far, hinge forward about that far. Then you got another one of those joints at the neck, so the neck can move back about that far, and forward about that far, so the chin almost touches the chest. So this figure is chock full of articulation, and even more so, some detail to go along with it. Great paint job, great articulation and sculpt, even down to the bottom of the feet. It is highly detailed. But with that comes a cost, and surprisingly, with it being one of the smallest in the series, the Polaris Sky, it is also one of the cheapest. But that doesn't mean you can buy this guy with pocket cash or whatever. This thing is $80. Well, I got it for $80 on Big Bad Toy Store for a discount. By default, it is $90. The Spitter, on the other hand, is $80. So this guy runs $10 more than the Spitter on Big Bad Toy Store. But if you guys have the cash, I recommend that you guys check this thing out. This thing has amazing detail. You can see the skull down underneath the dome and everything. All the sculpting and work put into the figure. This alternate head to go with it, the stand, the display base. I highly recommend it if you have the cash. Otherwise, sorry mate. Well, that said, let's move on to the next item. Construx Heroes line. Here on the back it shows the other available figures, which you got some dude from He-Man or whatever series it's called. Got a comic book Raphael from TMNT. You got some dude from Star Trek. You got the T-1000 from Terminator 2. You got Pops from Terminator Genesis. Actually, let me take that back. That's the T-1000 from Terminator Genesis. Anyways, yeah, it comes in this standard packaging. The bottom, it's clear. Those are the instructions right there. Side's also clear. So it's not much to see in the packaging. So let's open it. Alright folks, well, once again, tail comes off and the isn't attached in the packaging, so well, we're just, oh my gosh. This is very stiff. There. Just attach that right there. Comes like this, looking to the side. Straighten that out. Balance it. Get it to sand. To sand? Get it to stand. If not, it comes with this little base, which is 3 pieces, just a 1x4 tile with stud. One of these pieces, not going to try to name it. And one of these, also not going to try to name it, even though I probably could name the silver bit. And put that guy on its base, and there you go. For accessories, well, it comes with a little base there. Comes with these claws here, which are optional. You don't need to put those on, but you can. Comes with one of these crawling looking live face huggers. Comes with a face hugger that is impregnating someone, or a dead face hugger. And the way these work is, well, you can do them two different ways. You can either take the thing and just put it over someone's face like that, which, yeah, okay, it works, but that's not how it's intended to. Or you can take its tail, wrap it around the neck, just below the ball joint, and have it on their face like that. There, now this guy's dead. Wait a few minutes and you got yourself a xenomorph. But then you also have yourself right? You got yourself a dead face hugger. Yeah, but this xenomorph is the exact same as the Series 1 xenomorph. It's just maybe a little bit more stiff. And some random blood spattering type paint job. Speaking of paint job, this xenomorph has it's all black, but with a like a silver dry brush over the whole thing, just like the Wave 1 one. But the only difference is that it has some green blood spattering on the face, chest, and I guess the right leg. Nothing on the claws, though. And for those of you who don't really know too much about Mega Construx, let's go ahead and compare this little bugger to some other figures. Height-wise. Speaking of height, these guys stand around 2 1/4 inch. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy standing on the base. Got 2 other minifigures to compare it to. So, here we have your Xenomorph. Here we have your average Call of Duty Joe. Not his name. Here you have your average Halo Joe. Also not their name, but as you can see here, the Xenomorph stands taller than the other 2 figures. Slightly. And for those of you who still don't know about Mega Construx, the Halo minifigures tend to be the shortest of them all. Well, the standard ones anyways, because you've got the Brutes, which are slightly taller, then you have the Elites, and the New Jackals, which are also slightly taller. But for your average, like the human minifigures, they are the shortest of any Mega Construx minifigures, except for the grunts. And then you got your Call of Duty and the Destiny ones, which are same height, you know, but they're also the tallest minifigures, except for like hunters and stuff. Those don't really count as minifigures, do they? They're more like big figs. But yeah, so the Xenomorph, taller than all those, right? So yeah. That said, let's move on to the next product, shall we? But I'm feeling a little bit hungry. That's why I got myself some eggs. Some Xenomorph eggs. Glow-in-the-dark Xenomorph eggs in that. Some nutrition. Well, there you go. So you can. Here it has a little peel for additional details panel, which isn't really attached very securely to the packaging. See if we can get that opened up. See more detailing. More detailing? What? Some more facts. LV426 cage-free eggs. Pretty sure LV426 is the type of Xenomorph. Well, the type of whatever it is that we call Xenomorph. Here at the top we got a little bit of to prevent infestation or impregnation of any to prevent infestation or impregnation, keep all living organisms away from the eggs. Discard broken, cracked, or open eggs and run far, far away. Some eggs contain facehuggers, which are most certainly bad for your health. Do not look directly into the eggs. Here on this side we got also available some Series 8 figures, which look like Aliens 3 Runner Alien or Dog Alien, Aliens 3 Ripley, and Wii U Soldier. Series 9, not going to try to name these two characters because I don't know them. And then you have a albino Xenomorph, whatever, or hive builder Xenomorph. So, let's open the packaging and hope that we don't have any cracked or open eggs, shall we? Alright guys, so I went ahead and took off the plastic wrapping around the, expires June 3rd, 2122. I don't think I'll live that long, so no worries about that expiring. Okay, that's a sticker, but I don't want to take that off because I don't want to ruin this beautiful looking black box with a nice green Weyland-Yutani print on the front and this pretty interesting looking nutrition fact panel. But we also have this made in China sticker, but it's also red, so that's nice. Please recycle. Not for sad onions, 0 to 3. Alright, let's open this thing up. Okay. We have same thing that we read over here, some warnings. Here are the eggs. So, looks like these eggs all had a black base and were painted, I don't know, they have some detailing, but it looks like it's all washed out with the glow-in-the-dark. Here at the edges you can see where the glow-in-the-dark paint piled up. Really nice to see that piled up in here. kind of wonder if they glow on camera. I guess that kind of answers your question. They're glowing, but not too well. And yeah, the xenomorph do glow as well. But also, once again, not on camera. Alright, let me see if I can charge up this open egg here. See if, oof. Yeah, this would look really nice if it glows on camera. So yeah, I'm just gonna charge this up and see if we can get it to glow on camera. Alright folks, well there we have it. We have a glowing egg on camera. Oh wow, really fades quickly on camera. In person, this thing is still glowing pretty bright. Alright, well, let's get the lights back on and continue the review. Right, so these are NECA glow-in-the-dark alien eggs. And for those of you who do not know, there was a limited edition loot crate that had a 4-pack version of these eggs, where it would come with 2 open eggs, 2 closed eggs, and 2 facehuggers, and they were glow in the dark. Had the same looking packaging, but a little bit smaller. And once again, these are NECA eggs, so let's see how big they are, shall we? So the open egg stands at about just under 2.5 inches. Closed egg stands a little bit over 3 inches. And once again, like I said previously, they come with facehuggers, so let's see the deal. Let's see what's up with these facehuggers. Well, oof. Oh my. Huh. These facehuggers feel as if they're made of, well, this one anyways feels like it's made of ceramic. And that tail worries me. For those of you who do not know, the NECA facehuggers and chestbursters have wired tails. There's wiring inside the tails. Well, this one's all warped. Look at all them little fingers. Let's see if we can have a better look with some of the other facehuggers. Oof, it's even worse with this one. I have to fix these after the review. For those of you who do not know how to fix these, it's real simple. Just heat it up with some hot air, you know, like a blow dryer or something. Reshape it or get it back to the right pose. Cool it down with like cold water or something like that. Here we go. Here's a decent looking one. I mean, at least all the legs are pointing the right way, I guess. Like, sort of. So, I'd say these facehuggers have a bit less detailing than the eggs, surprisingly. And again, it is like an egg pack. So let's compare one of these facehuggers to a normal one. Well, there is a huge difference between the coloring. This one's much more pale, and it has a matte finish rather than a gloss finish, but that's to be expected, right? I mean, I guess you could put gloss on it and still have it glow, but yeah, these have a chalky texture to them, unlike these ones, which have a smoother, more rubbery or plastic kind of texture to them. And these ones have, you know, the detailing underneath and throughout the backing with a slight brown wash. These looks like it had a little bit of like a pink undertone to it. But yeah. Let's see if we can get one of these to glow on camera. A little bit of glowing. I'm gonna charge it up. See if I can get it to glow even more. And there we have it. A glowing face hugger on camera. Some areas have more of that glow paint than others. But once again, that's to be expected. And once again, it is glowing a bit more bright in person than it is on camera, because for whatever reason, you can't really capture glow in the dark too well on camera. It's really nice to see these in person, because like while they're glowing, because not sure if the camera can pick it up too well, but the glow in the dark paint tends to seep into the crevices, and when it's glowing, since it's thinner on the parts that are more elevated, it is just like glows within the details. You really need to bring it close to the camera in order to see it when it's glowing. But yeah, so it comes with 3 open eggs and 3 closed eggs. I say this is the detailing for the eggs and the face huggers, it's all there. It's just the washes and the paint job isn't really it's replaced with the subtle pink tones and like slight browns and grays. Well, actually, I think this only has like some browns in some areas because it is black base, so I don't think this even is gray. I think it's just brown and then some pink. But yeah, so the paint job is replaced with a, I don't want to say lazy because a more basic paint job. But I mean, that is to be expected because, you know, it's not meant to look all that amazing. It's just meant to glow in the dark, which kind of does get messed up with other paints. But yeah, I say this is a pretty interesting concept. I'd recommend you check it out in Big Bad Toy Store. Not sponsored. Totally should. So let's move on to the next item, shall we? Alright, folks. So here we have the Aliens... yeah. I vomit when I say it. Aliens Covenant Creature Pack. I hate that movie. That movie was terrible. In my opinion, I actually like the Alien Resurrection more than this one. Yeah, for those of you who have seen all the movies, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so the packaging, you know, same packaging as the 30th anniversary Creatures Pack. The bag just gives you some you know, an image of the items. Here on the side and on the front and on the back, you can see the head of the Neomorph. Starts in the front, slowly goes onto the side, and goes onto the back. Not really sure if that's the Neomorph. I mean, face, I guess it is, yeah. Here on the back at the top, it gives you some crappy detailing of the movie. Well, if you want to read that. I am not going to. Here at the bottom, it actually tells you what is included. And one thing I find very interesting, I bet you can't even see it too well. Alright, so you see Alien. Tilt the box up a little more. It says Covenant, right? Yeah, but the lettering looks like it glows in the dark, but it doesn't. bottom, it's got that. Side, got another face of the Neomorph. I'd say the box is pretty interesting. A lot more interesting than the movie was. And yes, I am purposely putting it to the side. Well, purposely angling it to the side. And that's enough of packaging. Let's open up the box and see what we got instead of reading what we got, because that is extremely boring. I want to read. Okay, I do not want to ruin this packaging, so I will open it up off camera. Alright guys, so one thing I noticed when I was taking the things outside of the box was this back paneling here. I find this very interesting because it shows the different stages of the egg. You know, the Xenomorph egg. Because if you guys haven't seen Aliens Covenant, spoiler alert, David, which is the what you call it, the android, was he an android or synth? Whatever. Anyways, so you know, the fake human guy from the film that came before Aliens Covenant, I forget what that one's called. Anyways, he's the creator of he's the creators of Aliens. And so something I find pretty interesting here is it looks like right here is the egg we're used to seeing. Please tell me I'm wrong. I actually want to be wrong here. And here looks like the eggs that we see in Aliens Covenant. If that's the case, then that would either mean that Alien and all of the Alien movies before the one that comes before, well, all the Alien movies except for the two newest ones would be either not canon, or they do not come after Aliens Covenant. So that's just a whole bunch of confusing. And how about we get on to the actual items? So, as you can see, it comes with one of the closed eggs, and it also comes with an open egg. These eggs have some very interesting paint jobs to them. So here it looks like it has, okay, it actually looks like it has looks like it has a marbled color of like a bluish gray and a brown. And then so it looks like it has the metallic dry brushing. On the inside it's got like a dark red and a light pink or a purple for like the blood vessels and everything. Same thing here, except it looks a bit more brown, doesn't have as much of the blue metallic dry brushing on it. Looks like it, yeah, the eggs are in two halves. They're, you know. And then the actual creatures from the creatures pack are this super tiny, hideous looking, well, it's not hideous, because, you know, it still is sort of like a xenomorph. It's just super small. And I mean like super small. Remember that these guys stand at like just over 2 inches. This thing is bit under 2 inches. A little bit under 2 inches. But this thing right here, this hideous looking thing, is supposed to be a chest burster. Do I need to go on to why I hate this movie? Anyways, here is yeah, it comes with two of the quote unquote face huggers. Yeah, these ugly looking spider looking things. Now they do look like face huggers, just not your standard face huggers. They look more like queen face huggers. Here's the face hugger we all know and love, and here's the one from Covenant. Much more different. The shaping is a bit more different, and the detailing is actually different too. Cause here it looks more like it's got like a scale plating, while here it just looks like it's got stretched over skin. Which I kind of, if aliens, the original aliens would come after Covenant, would make more sense, you know, because like years of evolution would cause these guys to adapt more and become a bit more resistant to the elements, which would form scaling and stuff. And lastly, but most certainly not least, comes the star of the show, which has a leg that I am worried about. The infant Neomorph with a tail that has wire that stops all the way over here. Why does it stop so early? I guess because it gets too thin later on, but still, that is not enough wire. It's got a little swivel here. I'm not sure if it's attached by a ball joint. Actually, I think it's attached by a double ball joint. If I pull that out a little bit, you can see that it looks like it's attached by a double ball joint. Which makes me wonder if it's compatible with other things. It gives a swivel, and it's attached within the hips. So it actually doesn't move at all. It's just a swivel there. And then it's got what I think are ball joints at the hips. Yeah. Oh, it's actually tiny little double ball pegs. Tiny little double ball pegs. And then as we move further, we have a knee swivel and hinge. The hinge is the part that gets me worried. I guess they work just fine here, but here they actually don't want to move. We got it to move. Okay, so we're good. Shoulders have a hinge. Nothing at the elbows or the wrists. Head is on a ball joint. Alright guys, so yeah, the answer is yes, it is on a double ball peg. So I guess we just pop this head back on without it slipping because I used hot water. Okay, hold on. It has solidified, so we are going to have to use a little bit more hot water. So I will do this off camera. But before we do that, I just want to show you guys this new type of xenomorph I found. It's pretty interesting, ain't it? Alright, well, so this little thing has quite a bit of articulation for a thing of its size. Double ball peg in the head. Allows it to look up that far, look down that far. Can lean its head side to side quite a bit, 360. You know, it's double pulse. Doesn't really get to wiggle too much because of how small it is. Let me see if I can. Let's see if we can get it to stand on its own. Its feet are not flat, so it would be a pain in the butt. It tends to be front heavy because of the big head of it. Gotta try to move the legs forward to get the center of gravity. Okay, yeah, well, I don't think I can get it to stand on its own, but... So, for the paint job, it is... I was gonna say that I thought it was black plastic because of this blotch right here, but... Pretty sure it is white plastic, which would make more sense anyways. But yeah, so white plastic, and then here on the spines you can see that ugly mistake that they've made on the bloody human trophy from my Predator, my NECA Predator accessory pack review. If you remember that, looking all orange and gummy rather than red and bloody. But yeah, so, well, at least they got the paint a bit more thick here, unlike there. So it kinda looks like it here. This is terrible looking on the tail, because 1 stroke, 2 stroke, 3 brush strokes is what it looks like. And it looks, instead of like blood, it looks more like they're trying to give it a like a natural kind of like pattern to it. Otherwise, for the most part, it looks okay enough. Except for on the top of the head, because you can clearly see the brush strokes. I don't think I will give it a paint job because, another paint job, because it isn't supposed to be as bloody as the human trophy should, if I recall from the movies, from watching the movie. And also, yeah, okay, let me just end it there. Well, yeah. So, I kind of like this creature pack. I definitely enjoyed much more than I did the movie. So I recommend those of you who have not seen the movie, do yourself a favor. Don't do it. Buy yourself this creature pack and be happy enough that you've done that. For the rest of you, yeah, sure, add it to your collection. Why not? The eggs are cool. This thing's pretty cool. Facehuggers, they still look cool. This tiny little thing, it's a bit of a letdown. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's quite a letdown. I mean, for the value of this thing, I think that maybe there could have been something else. I don't know. Maybe throw in like a second one of these and you'll be okay. But then again, you do get one of these and it has articulation, so there's that. I don't know. I just feel like there could have been something else. But let's not push it. This is a oh, yes. And then there was also this. Yeah, just scooch all that stuff back. This thing That is pretty nice, I guess. So there's that. Alright, so this has been the one and only. I recommend you get this thing. I recommend you get all these things in here. Or you can select a few. Well, personally, I say if you were to get this, I recommend you get it in person, not off of the internet, because that is quite dumb, because you need to pay for shipping. Shipping does not change the cost, no matter how many things you have. Well, I mean, I haven't really bought that much stuff in one order from Big Bad Toy Store. But anyways, as far as I know, it does not change. So I still got it. I was really paying shipping for the eggs and creature pack and the knight. But anyways, so if you're just gonna get one of these, please don't do it off the internet. Get it in person. But yeah, so for the rest of the items here, the Xenomorph, the Lurker, the Covenant eggs, or no, the Covenant creature pack, and the Weyland-Yutani failed experiment glow-in-the-dark eggs, I recommend that you get, I recommend you try them out. BigBadToyStore.com, not sponsored. Check them out. If you like what you see, please do yourself a favor, add it to